When you talk about Operation Sindoor continuing, you have to see Operation Sindoor's ugly, hideous face in the shape of attacks on school children.
India has not gained anything. Pakistan, its victory is that it just denied India its designs.
These sub-conventional actions, which are now connected with conventional war, are also connected with the larger diplomatic design that India has.
And they say there is no expiry date for this ceasefire, which means essentially nothing.
Hello everyone. If you look at Pakistani newspapers, the headlines for today's newspapers seem to suggest that the biggest story happens to be the elevation of the current army chief to the station of Field Marshal, the only second general to have gotten this fifth star in Pakistan's history. But the real story, of course, comes from Balochistan, where an army public school bus was attacked by a suicide bomber, leading to, so far as I speak to you, the martyrdom of 3 children and 2 other people. But looking at the bus and the damage that the suicide attack has caused tells me that, God forbid, injuries could be lethal in certain cases as well. May they all be protected. This is very obvious. This is the sub-conventional warfare's new face that India is putting out. The face has been out there. The reason I call it new face is that now they're connecting the sub-conventional warfare with the conventional warfare. So when you talk about Operation Sindoor continuing, you have to see Operation Sindoor's ugly, hideous face in the shape of attacks on school children. Why APS, Army Public School, conjures up memories of the dastardly attack in Peshawar. The Army Public School is etched deep onto the minds of the Pakistani people. So you choose APS in order to connect the dots from Peshawar to Khuzdar. We will come for your children. The other message that they are sending is that these are the families that are on our radar. These are your families, the army families, which again is neither here nor there. Regardless of the name of the school, regardless of whose families these children come from, these are Pakistani children. These are Pakistanis who are under attack. So the distinction, while is absolutely superfluous and redundant, from the planet's point of view, they are trying to send this message out that the battle now goes to the heartland of the families as well. The plausible deniability that Delhi might want to use, not that they are going to say anything, they would never condemn something like this, they have never done that, doesn't exist. They have no plausible deniability because their stalwarts have actually said it on the record that we are going to do such things in Pakistan that will really hurt them. Balochistan has been in their particular focus, from Amit Shah to indirect references and direct references by Prime Minister Modi. They have all spoken about such conditions being created inside Balochistan that it starts to move away from Pakistan. Pakistan would be disintegrated. So the sub-conventional war was going on, but this was the time when conventional war had not happened. So today's unfortunate incident is a continuation of Operation Sindoor.
Condolences to the loved ones of those who lost their children and family in this dastardly incident. I do not have any words to express my dismay, my pain over this incident, and it's like a nightmare, reliving a nightmare, because in 2014, I was doing my routine work as a journalist, and I had to then rush to Peshawar to cover the attack on APS school. Cold night, scary memories. This time round, the reaction from the ISPR is quite straight, I would say. They have not minced any words. They have said that India is behind it. This war battle that happened between Pakistan and India, already, there's sort of a consensus over it that nobody has won this war. But to this extent that Pakistan has denied India the upper hand, everybody agrees to it, that Indian designs were thwarted, blocked by Pakistan. And that is the worry that Indians have at the moment. And if you look at their statements, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, says the Operation Sindoor continues. What does it mean it continues? If you cannot fly your aircrafts, if you are pulling back your troops, then how come Operation Sindoor is continuing? So this is the way you come back to Pakistan and attack children? Is this the sort of war? Is this the sort of Operation Sindoor that you intend to extend? It is very, very bad. So, the Pakistan stating that India is behind it, now Pakistan would have to come out and do something about it. Mere statements would not suffice. It may be, directly something with India or something in Balochistan where they launch a wider crackdown to eliminate these people who provide logistics and who actually execute Indian denials. So when Pakistan says that it denies India the upper hand, there is lots of debate inside India as well, where analysts are saying India has not gained anything. Pakistan, its victory is that it has denied India its designs, but Pakistan has not gained anything out of it as well. The Indus Water Treaty is in abeyance. Kashmir there is being heavily militarized again. And Pakistan now faces, these terrorism incidents. And the nature of this incident, if you look at what has happened or has been happening in Balochistan in the past decades, you would see that the nature of this incident is really, really heinous.
It is heinous. Let me show this picture to you to give you another dimension to the whole issue. This picture shows Ishaq Dar, the Chinese, and the Afghan representatives standing together. Chinese in the middle of it, Afghan representative on one side, Pakistani representative and Deputy Prime Minister on the other side. And these are the discussions that took place in Beijing, where the Afghans, the Chinese and the Pakistanis met in order to stabilize the situation and petition for peace and stability. Now, the Chinese role is very interesting. If they are able to use the CPAC opportunities and offer the Taliban an incentive to disassociate themselves from this kind of some conventional war in which they are being used by India, then obviously Pakistan's border on the western side will be secure. So the timing of the APS attack is also very, very crucial. It is timed with this meeting in Beijing, which is path-breaking, and signaling to the Afghans that while you may be engaged with the Chinese, you need to really pay attention to whatever designs are. So you are looking at two complete different pictures that are set on Pakistan's western border. If you take this picture of three joining hands, you look at the prospects of peace, stability, progress, economic opportunities. And if you look at the APS school bus attack, it creates a completely different picture. One picture, Pakistan and China are promoting. The other picture, India and its allies are creating. And that tells you the whole story of where India's real frustration lies, that it does not want Pakistan and China to be able to harness the great opportunities that exist there. So it's not just about that the Operation Sindoor related events are taking place. It is also the larger design that India has for Pakistan and China, that we do not want to see you progress together. So these sub-conventional actions, which are now connected with conventional war, are also connected with the larger diplomatic design that India has, and it simply wants to undermine peace and stability efforts.
I think the ceasefire, that needs to be talked about. There is no political backing to this ceasefire. That's also very crucial. When the militaries talk and they say there is no expiry date for this ceasefire, which means essentially nothing, that you can violate this ceasefire as well at any moment if there is no expiry date. So Pakistan has been exercising restraint. And on the other hand, the Indian defense analysts are making this point that this time round it is going to be Pakistan who would be violating the ceasefire or lifting the pause over war between the two countries. So now I was thinking why they're saying that. It is because of these dastardly acts that they're saying that Pakistan would violate that ceasefire. And I would also like to say that Pakistan's policy has been that of a restraint. Pakistan has been exercising restraint. We've not the ones who've carried out the air raids. We're the one who suffered missile attacks, and we're the one who've lost citizens, we've lost children, we've lost elderly people, we've lost women in that missile air raid the India carried out. We retaliated, and I believe we had this because there is a international talk about how Pakistan carried out these raids. Still people, defense magazines, defense experts are discussing how did Pakistan really pulled it off. So Pakistan had the capability of shooting down more aircrafts, and I believe that they probably would have done that in a war where you're facing an enemy which is bigger than you and consider itself more powerful than you, then probably inflict more loss. Pakistan did not do that because Pakistan was exercising restraint. Then comes, day 2 or day 3. We saw drones hovering over cities, people in panic calling each other, asking what is happening, what should we do? And Pakistan again exercised restraint. It was not until the air bases were hit in Pakistan that Pakistan retaliated. So this time round, Pakistan needs to really calculate its response. But the incident, the terror incident, it's really, really provocative.
It is provocative, and it is going to continue. That's the message that we have been sending out from our posts as well and our analysis as well, that it was happening before, but Operation Sindoor has completely changed it. They have created a 3D war scenario for Pakistan where subconventional meets the conventional, meets the diplomatic, meets the nuclear blackmail, which Delhi is indulging in. It is using the world fears about a nuclear holocaust or a nuclear war or a nuclear catastrophe in order to restrain Pakistan's responses, and in that realm of restraint, it is carrying out its 3D war against Pakistan. So these incidents are going to continue because it is part of a strategy that they have created, and we have to find a very effective counter to it. Goodbye.